everyone. My name is Fernando, not Francisco, not Juan. I'm not Mexican, nor am I a gardener, although every time I mow my lawn, people ask me for business cards in Spanish. But I was born in a place south of the border called Brazil. For you that don't know, in Brazil we speak Portuguese, not Spanish. So hopefully this can be a little bit educational as well as somewhat funny. But in Brazil, my sister and I, we actually had a private tutor that would come over and teach us English. A little bit of background on her. She was Australian and British, so father Australian, mother British, and so they got divorced at a very young age, so she'd spent 6 months in one country, 6 months in another, so she had a very unique accent, to say the least. And then when we finally moved out here, I was a very friendly kid. I just wanted to approach other kids and say hello, so I just walk up to little kids and be like, "Hello, mate. My name is Fernando. What is your name?" Needless to say, kids beat the living shit out of me. Until one day, my counselor came up with a plan, and he called my mom into the office, and he said, "Okay, well, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put your kid in special ed." Now, you guys are probably thinking, there's no way that could happen. I have to disagree with you guys, especially when your mother's entire English vocabulary consists of 2 words, yes and okay. So it's also the reason why my mother has over 50 different credit cards from different retail stores. Every time we would get up to the front, they'd ask, "Ma'am, would you like one of our credit cards?" And she'd look at me, yes, okay. I wasn't much of a ladies' man back then, as you guys can probably imagine, special ed and everything. But and I didn't look the way I do today. Not to say that I look great or anything. The last person that tried to describe my nationality, he said I looked like I was a little Mexican with a hint of Down syndrome. I'm not quite sure exactly what that means, but eventually I did find myself a girlfriend, an Asian girlfriend too. So, woohoo! And the little thing about Asians is they love to gamble. They fucking love that shit. I mean, her dad gambled to everything: NBA, NFL, hockey, baseball, college football, high school football. If you catch that shit on TV. But his favorite sport was horse racing. He loved horse racing. Every time I caught him watching it, he always lost. So not really sure why he continued betting, but so one time I come over and he's watching one of the races, and he loses as usual. And he would just get so angry and start yelling at the TV and cursing at the TV, but he didn't really know how to curse. Like, he just mixed up the words and didn't make any sense. And so he lost the race. He's like, "Don't mind, what the hell, you stupid mother asshole? What the hell, you son of the hoe?" And so for some reason this day, something came over me and I was like, you know what? I need to correct him. Like, he's always gonna be telling people this random crazy shit that makes no sense. So I was like, "Hey, uncle," because, you know, in the Asian culture, that's, you know, you dress him as uncle or auntie. And I'm like, "Hey, uncle, don't you mean son of a bitch? I mean, you said son of a hoe. I don't think that's it." And he's like, "What the hell, you dumbass? That's the way I say it, okay? I know her mother and she the hoe, so he's son of the hoe, okay?" And I was like, that's the last time I'm ever gonna try to correct anyone for the rest of my life. I do have a confession to make. Porn has literally ruined my life. It's just, the crazy shit nowadays that you see out there is just unbelievable. I mean, it's just like, who the fuck comes up with this shit? Who? Like, I was just browsing through some porn the other day and just came across this website where a transvestite was fucking a horse while a midget was getting a blowjob from an anime character, and I was just like, what the fuck?
Send me that link.
My mind was blown. And the most fucked up thing is, I came like I never came before. So it's like, how do I go from that to fucking my girl doggy style now? You just can't do, like, you just can't go back. People often tell me that I look like someone they know. I get that a lot, and I'm not sure if it has something to do with like my face structure. Sometimes people even tell me I look like celebrities, like big musicians and stuff. About Robin Thicke for some reason. But so, about 5 years ago, I was working for a company out here in Oakland, and this random lady just stops me. She's like, "No way, it's you." And I'm like, "No, I know you're probably thinking maybe I look like Drake or Robin Thicke or one of these popular guys, but it's just not me." She's like, "No, you look like the gay guy from Will and Grace." And I was like, Are you fucking serious? Really? It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We're on Bancroft and 52nd in the middle of East Oakland. There's a guy taking a shit right there. There's a prostitute giving a blowjob to some random guy in that corner. And you think the gay guy from Will and Grace is gonna be here. And why the fuck do I gotta be the gay guy from Will and Grace? That shit ruined my fucking day, man. I was hella mad. I just recently got into a lot of acting work, and I've been taking that like really, really serious. Like I got an agent and everything, so my agent's been like looking for work for me, and I was like, I spent about 30 days putting together this video that I posted on YouTube. It only got 2 views, and one of them was my mom. So I think I should probably find a new hobby, because that one's just not working out right now. I find this a lot, that I see a lot of comedians that are just selling out, and I just don't understand that, and I'm not okay with that type of shit. I'm very much a man of principles, and I would never, I'm never gonna sell out, right? My agent reached out to me last week, and she was telling me, she's like, Fernando, I have this great gig for you. You're gonna love it. You gotta come down here. You gotta do this. I'm telling you, you're gonna love it. I'm like, okay, all right. Well, tell me about it. And she goes, okay, so it's for Wells Fargo, and I'm like, hold on, I gotta tell you something. So I hate Wells Fargo. I've banked with them before. I had a terrible experience. Now I'm with B of A. There is no way I will ever do any fucking work for Wells Fargo. And she goes, they're gonna pay you $2,000 for one day. And I'm like, how dare you think that I'm just about money? But because of the contract that I signed, I now have to say that I'm a proud member of the Wells Fargo family. I don't know if I'll have enough time for this one, but you guys ever been mean to someone and then you realize that they have some type of a disability and you're like, fuck, right? Yes. So I was at Target not too long ago, and this cashier opens up and he's like waving this person down in front of me. And I waited a long time, so 5 seconds goes by. That's about as much patience as anyone could have, right? And then I'm like, hey, Mr. Magoo, why don't you get your fucking ass over there, you blind fuck? And this person turns around and I'm like, fuck, dude, like, now I feel really bad. It's like, he wasn't blind, he was a woman. And like I felt really shitty because of all their disabilities, So, sorry. But I'll just stop right there, yeah.
Yay!